Hi everyone, it's Justine here from House of Mahalo. Thanks so much for joining me again today. So I'm still working on my Shades of Winter journal. There is a playlist link below if you haven't caught any of it. I am doing as much of it on camera as I can. And today I want to work on this blue envelope that is a part of the signature. So it's going to be stitched in, bound in. And this idea comes from Caroline from Dream with Caroline. She does, various flip throughs of her journals on her channel. Do go check her out because she's got some fabulous journals. They're really a lot of fun and she makes some beautiful things. And I saw this sort of idea in one of her flip throughs where she takes a normal envelope, so we're this way up, turns it around. I think this is how she does it, at least, from the flip through. Folds it up, it becomes a page in the signature, and then she's got this flap down here and on the other side, which become tuck spots. And then in my case, I've opened up the sides here, or you could do the tops, it's completely up to you, for extra journaling space, for, journal cards or tags or something. And then you've got all this space for either writing on or decorating up as you see fit. So that's what I'm working on. And for this one, I love this dark blue colour. So I don't want to lose all of it. I just want to fancy it up a bit. And today, for the first time, I'm going to try heat embossing. Because my wonderful husband bought me some heat embossing tools, I suppose, for Christmas. And I thought I would give it a go. So fingers crossed we work. I'm not doing anything with this envelope. I am literally just trying the heat embossing first in case it does go horribly wrong. So what I'm thinking is I've got this stamp and I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it. It's sort of a... No, you can't really see that, can you? You see it on there? Not too well, but it's basically like fragmented text with a swirl. And I'm thinking about having that in the corner of this page just here. Pressure. Okay, so I've never done this before, so let's just see how we go. So I've got some clear ink pad for embossing. Okay, and I'm going to pop that there. Okay, and then I'm going to go over with the Cosmic Shimmer, which I haven't even opened yet. Okay, and then just pour that all over this. Okay. I don't know how long to leave it. I don't know if I'm supposed to leave it or anything, but see how that does. Okay. Let's see, has it taken up any? Oh, look at that. I haven't even heated it up yet and I'm already... How pretty is that? Okay, well that's clung really nicely, so I'm happy with that. So I'm just going to pop the glitter back in the pot. Goodness me, the pressure, because I am really ridiculously clumsy, so let's go slow. Ooh. Okay, it's good, that glitter is going to go a long way. Okay, and also all over my desk, but I'm okay with that. Okay, so that's that bit done. Obviously I need to heat it up with the tool, but I want to do it all together. I'm assuming it's okay to leave it for now. But even without the heating, I mean, that is gorgeous, especially on that blue. Wow. Okay. And I'm trying to decide if I want anything else on this side. I don't want to go overboard because really what I would like this to be is journaling space. If you had like a silver or a gold pen, like a gel pen or a metallic pen or something. So I think I will do a little bit in the corner. Obviously we're going to be bound in, so I think just there. And I've got this sort of flourish, can you see? Just sort of a flourish, and I'm thinking just a little bit there might be nice. I can already tell this is going to be incredibly addictive. I'm going to have heat embossing on everything now. Just you wait. Assuming it goes well with actually heating it up, but let's just see. Okay, let's see if that's, yeah. Probably could have done with going a little bit over, but that's just given it a little bit of a shine. So again, trying not to wipe the glitter, you know, until I've set it, because I imagine I'll just wipe it off, won't I? So put that back in. Okay. Isn't crafting fun? Just playtime. So yeah, I think I'll leave that as that, and then you can write in between there. And then on this side, I was thinking about using the flourish in its entirety, maybe, or sort of in like that, and then maybe sort of around like this is what I'm thinking for this side. So let's just see how we go with that. I'll have to do it in bits because as far as I understand, you're supposed to put the glitter down on this ink, you know, fairly quickly for it to, you know, almost like you're gluing it down, isn't it? It's like it has to be wet to catch it, I think. As I say, I've never done this before, so I could be completely wrong in saying that. Okay, let's... Oh, so pretty. I love sparkle, especially for, you know, Christmas and winter journals. Mine is just a winter journal, it's not Christmas, but just that silvery frost. Oh, I love it. Okay. All right. Oh, it's so gorgeous. Love it. I haven't even set it yet. Fingers crossed I still love it when we're set. So I'm going to go the other way round with the flourish. Hoping I'm in frame okay. I'm going to go here. Okay. Some more glitter. Oops. Okay. Oh, so lovely. So lovely. Oh, goodness me. My new favourite thing. I keep discovering new favourite things because you know, you see this stuff on YouTube videos. You might be watching me now and wanting to give it a go. And yeah, you just, your list gets longer and longer of everything you want to try, doesn't it? Okay, so as I say, I want to go around here, but I still want it to be that you could write in the middle with a fancy pen. So I'll do the edges. Oops. Just like that. Oops. And again, just like that. Don't know if I've inked that one quite as well, but we'll see. Okay. Oops. I really hope it heats up okay, because at the moment I'm loving it. I really hope it looks nice when I'm done. Ooh. Okay, I went a little bit in further than I'd intended, but that's such a pretty border, isn't it? I'm also almost thinking I don't want to add any more. Let me just pop this glitter away and then I'll decide. Okay. Okay, I have got some glitter on my desk, but that's okay. It was bound to happen. I haven't got as much on my desk as I thought I would have. Okay, let's see what we have then. So obviously it won't be together on the page. I won't show you, I won't fold it just in case I knock anything, but I'm thinking that that's probably enough. So here on this side we have this, a little bit there, so you can write down here, and then this one is just essentially a fancy border, isn't it? I'm going to leave it as that. I think any more and it might be a little bit of overkill. So now I'm supposed to use a heat tool to heat it up, and as I say, I've never done it before, and I imagine the heat tool is probably going to be quite loud, so I'm going to do that off camera, but I'm just going to basically go over it with a heat gun, and then I'll come back and show you how it looks. Okay, so I've heated up the glitter, and how lovely does that look? Isn't it gorgeous? I've got little bits of flecks where the glitter is sort of flecked a little bit, you know, here and there, but that's okay. I don't mind. Yeah, I've never done this before, so, but that looks just gorgeous on that dark blue, doesn't it? How stunning. Okay, so that's all I want to do on this side. I'm not going to do any more. I just wanted it to have a little bit of a lift, luxurious sort of a feel. And as I say, you can still write here and here if you had like a metallic gel pen. That's kind of what I was thinking. Now I want to decorate the back. What I don't know is, I assume that I can just, I mean, you know, this is set, right? So I can just turn it over and work on it. I'm not sure, to be honest. I mean, I'm rubbing it and it's not coming off. So it must be set. Yeah, it's not coming off. So I'm going to try doing that. Okay, so that's all I'm doing heat embossing wise. So my next job is to I want to keep the flaps dark blue, but I want to cover up where it looks like an envelope, basically. Okay, so I'm going to I might have done it a little bit. I can see a dark splotch there. I might have heated that side up a little bit too much. Learning curve there. But that's okay. It hasn't damaged the envelope or anything. It's just discoloured it a bit. So you're not going to see that anyway. Because what I'd like to do is pop this in. I'm just going to cut along the bottom just here. And then we're going to decorate up the flaps of the envelopes. Yeah, I'm going to decorate up the flaps of the envelopes with different bits and bobs. So, as I say, I don't want to move that glitter around too much. Oops, sorry if I just knocked you. Because I don't know how well it's going to hold. Now, I would normally use Kalal. Now, I don't want to go over the flap of my envelope, so assuming my tacky glue has not dried up on me, or clogged up I should say, I'm going to go along the edges with it. Okay, it's a little bit bunged up. Oops, sorry, just things in my way. So along here, I can always go in with some more glue if needs be. Oops, I'm going to go along here because I want to keep this envelope as an envelope so that I can use it for pockets. Okay, and then I'm going to fill the inside with the Kalal. Hopefully it won't react with what's on the other side. Fingers crossed, eh? That's not coming out now. Hang on. Nope, that is not coming out, but there we go. Okay. Alrighty. Okay, and then I'm just going to make sure I've not got any glue where it shouldn't be, and I'm just going to pop that down. make sure I'm not in the way of my flaps, but I want it to be all the way down. Yeah, and then I'm just going to glue that. Don't know, oh yeah, I probably should have gone along the bottom edge as well. Let me just do that now. Okay. Otherwise, whatever you put in the pocket will fall out, won't it? I suppose it wouldn't. I mean, I've got the flap there, so I probably didn't need to do that actually. I'm still learning. Okay. Are we all stuck down okay? Yeah. My envelope is a little bit bumpy, just where I've had to heat it up. So now that I know that the heat embossing works, I'll make that the last step of anything that I do. But, you know, I didn't want to waste an envelope by, you know, decorating it up and then finding that, you know, for all I knew, the heat embossing was gonna fail miserably. Okay, so I'm just going to cut around my envelope. Oops. Very careful not to cut into the actual envelope. I think I'm going to spend the rest of the day now just staring at that gorgeous silver colour. I love it. I really do. It'd be amazing for wedding invites. This is actually where these envelopes came from. They were surplus from when we had our wedding. Okay, are we stuck down? So yeah, we bought more envelopes than we needed. So okay, so I think we're stuck down. Now I need to fold the envelope, but I want to give it a chance to dry, I think. And then I will ink around, and I'll ink around in blue. Okay, so the next thing that I want to do is have a bit of decoration on the flap. Now, what I was thinking of having is I would like to add some lace or ribbon or something to the edge of the flap. And I would like to have this ribbon, I think, but the ribbon is straight and this flap has sort of a curved edge. So what I'm thinking of doing is putting the ribbon down and then cutting into the flap so that it's just a straight line as opposed to curved. So I think if I use my beacon, this is like Fabri-Tac, oops, and pop just a very thin bead of glue where I think I want the ribbon to go, like that, not too much, and then lay the ribbon down. Oops. I put a little bit too much glue. Let me just see if I can, without getting gluey fingers. Okay, so we have that, and then if I might put a little bit too much glue on, it's coming through that ribbon a bit, hoping that will dry okay. And then I'm just going to cut the excess off, just there. Keep that for a cluster. And then not sure, I'll cut that in a minute. For now I'm going to see if I can cut to the shape of the ribbon. So let's try that. Okay. Now, fingers crossed, it's still a flap, so we still want everything covered up. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I did use a little bit too much glue. It's just unfortunately coming through the ribbon a little bit, but is what it is. I can always put some sequins or glitter or something down there just to cover that up later. So we have that. So then I want the same on the other side, but I need to chop that off. So I'm going to chop straight down if I can. Just turn it around. I'm going to follow the crease of the envelope because that's where it's going to be folded in half for going into my signature. So I'm going to follow that as best I can. Go the other side. Go the other way, see if I can see it better. There we go. It doesn't have to be perfect or anything. Okay, and then we want another piece down the other side. For the actual decoration I am going to do them differently, so let's just see about putting in a thin bead glue. And I'm going to go like that. Now, it probably wasn't necessary to cut the flap because this ribbon is actually, it seems like it's able to be, what's the word, like manipulated, manoeuvred into following the flap. Like I think I probably could have bent it round, but, well, is what it is, isn't it? I've done it now. Okay, right, let's just snip that end off. Okay, again, keep that for some clusters. Okay, and I think we had a little bit just there. Okay, just checking with the right way up. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to follow that flap. Follow the ribbon on the flap, cut the flap. Caroline, if you're watching, this is a brilliant idea. I'd never thought to use an envelope this way in a journal. I've used them as a normal envelope and as pockets and things like that, but never as never as using the flap as a tuck spot. I think that's very clever. Right, now we want to, just get rid of this. I don't know whether to just chop across. As I say, it's going to be folded up anyway, which hopefully we can do now. So as you can see, that's going to be one side of it, and the other side will be this, which I just want to trim off. I don't need all of that. There we go. As I say, it doesn't have to be perfect. I just think that that finishes off that flap nicely. Okay, so we have this, and then I don't want to lose that dark blue because I think it really contrasts nicely with the ribbon and with the backing paper. And I really like the colour. But what I would like to do is just add a little bit of embellishment to the flap. So here's what I was thinking. I've got this clock to go there. Oops. This comes from a freebie that Kerr has given in her Facebook group. Her Facebook group, Happiness in Crafting. If you go and check that out, this is part of a, I think they were like Happy New Year cards or something, but I just loved the clock. So I thought I would use it in here. And it goes in nicely with all of the wintry colours that she's done this year. So but she's got a logo just in the middle there, so I'm going to cover that up with this sentiment. Cut from a book, or torn from a book, wisp of blue. Don't really know what it means, but I suppose for this journal I'm picturing it as being like a saying that's like a little bit of blue, or just a hint of blue. Even though there's a lot of blue in the journal. I just thought it sounded pretty for this. And then I've got this tiny, tiny little owl that I've cut from a book. And I'm thinking somewhere we could pop him something like that maybe. So let's ink those up. And I want to ink in blue for this one. So let's do that. Oops. There we go. I'm not very good at cutting circles, so it's a little bit higgledy-piggledy, but I don't think it matters that much, to be honest. Okay, that's that one. And then I want to ink the word or the phrase in Vintage Photo. Oops. Just because it's got that sort of old vintage book colour on it. So we'll do that. Sorry. Okay, and then the bird, the owl, I think I'm going to do in brown because I had to kiss cut it because he was so small. I was like, I'm going to snip off a beak or a wing or something if I cut it right down, so I had to give him a little bit of a border. Okay, and then we're just going to get those stuck down. Now, obviously this clock peeks over the top a little bit, so I only need to do 2/3 of it, so not this bit. Okay, and then for the other side, I've got some blue tits, which are cut from an Edith Holden book. It might be, it wasn't her actual Country Diary book, it might have been the Christmas version. Obviously, Country Diary, they've done lots of spin-offs, haven't they, with the brand. And there was a Christmas book which I used a lot, and I have a feeling they were in there. But they sort of seemed quite wintry with the colours, and I think they were part of her wintry pages. So that just go there. Lovely. Oops. Tell me, what's your favourite part of making journals? I have a feeling embellishing is mine. I love making the covers. That's the other thing. I love making the covers. And I love making the, embellishing. I love making ephemera as well, to be fair. Now if I put him there, you could almost argue that wisp of blue is related to the owl as well as the clock and stuff. Okay, what do you think? So when we come to being in the journal, that will be how my pocket will look. Pretty, right? And I think for this one, if I remember, I might have this, I've got this gift tag in blue and silver which has sparkle on it, and I might pop something else in there, but that's kind of how it will look. Then you'll open it up. This will obviously be the rest of the signature, so you'll see that, and then I need to wipe off some of the excess glitter that I'm getting everywhere. Oh gosh, so pretty. Okay, so now we're on to the other side, which is where my little tits come in. And then I've got this word from the kit, Morning Mist. Because when I think of birds, I do think of morning, because you know, even in Well, not so much in winter, to be fair, but in the nicer, warmer months, you know, you wake up in the morning and you hear the birds tweeting. And this backing paper has little music notes as well as the snowflakes. So, yeah, I'd like to put them in. Now, I don't know if this, the dark blue needs anything. I think this is okay, but I did wonder whether I should do a little bit of stamping in silver. So I'm going to do that if I can see where I've put my pad. Oops. Not for any kind of detail, but just really as, you know, background. So I think I will do that. Otherwise, I think it might be a little bit plain in places. Now, which stamp shall I use? I'll go with this one. It's just a flourish. It's part of what I used for the... I should have done this before sticking this down, but I completely forgot that I wanted to do that. But yeah, I think just a hint of it will be quite nice. Just as background sort of colour. Over my clock a little bit. Yeah, so definitely do this before you put your fussy cuts down. But as I say, I completely forgot that I was going to do this. You know, it's what it is, isn't it? There you go. And then we'll go down here. You're not going to see much of this on the edge because it's going to be stitched in, but just for the bits that you will see. A little bit there. Try not to get my owl. There. Okay. And just there. And here. And there. This is where I go stamping crazy. Wind me in, somebody, please. Okay, so let's do this before I get all my fussy cuts down. Okay. Just to, I don't want to lose the blue, but I just want to fancy it up a bit. And yeah, just fancy it up really. Do you think that's enough? Probably. Otherwise I'll lose all of the blue, won't I? Okay, let's pop that there. Okay, and oops. Hopefully I've been in frame this whole time. I realise I'm so engrossed in what I'm doing, I'm forgetting to look up. Okay, so whilst that dries a little bit, I'm going to go around my birds. Just using the vintage photo for this one. So I hope you've been enjoying seeing this journal come together. It's my first journal that I'm making on camera. Like, I've done various ephemera bits for other journals, but this is the very first journal that you're seeing practically from start to finish. I'm not sure I'll get a chance to do absolutely everything on camera, and I'm certainly not ready to bind on camera. But yeah, you know, you've seen the cover. We've done some ephemera together. We've done some pages together, and there'll be more after this. So yeah, I hope you've been enjoying seeing that, because it's very very new to me to show you sort of step by step, I suppose. I hope you've been enjoying it and finding it useful, or just enjoyable. Okay, so I'm going to see about these birds then. Okay, and I might need to cut the word down a little bit. I'm aware of where the crease is, obviously I can't go over that. Yes, I'm going to chop the word a little bit. I should have thought about that before inking, but you know, it's what it is. And this is where I try very hard to cut in a straight line. Almost straight. Let's see if that will fit in. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and then just ink the bottom. Lovely. We're getting some stuff done, aren't we? So I would like to, I think I'll put the word down first, because I want the birds to cover over a little bit. There we go. Fabulous. So I need to do some inking around the page. really just around this border, just to tone in some more of the blue. So I'm just going to go around that, but I'll do that later off camera, you don't need to see that. So oops, see if we can pop them about there. Lovely, okay. I love that winter journals and Christmas, you know, this time of year, I suppose, the last couple of months and now, I have every excuse to use as much sparkle and shine as I like. I mean, I use sparkle and shine anyway, but yeah, I feel like, you know, more of a reason to at this time of year, I guess. Get all the sparkle and shine of Christmas, and then we carry it on into the new year, if we like, and I certainly like. I love me some sparkle. And I can see, if I done with the stamp, it's just a little space there which I think needs to be stamped. If I've got any on it, let's just see. Stamping my birds, there you go. Now his tail, unfortunately, doesn't quite fit, and I'm trying to decide whether I should be cutting that off. I don't really want to cut his tail off, but I might have to, because it's obviously, I don't want it to become a weak point in the pocket. Yeah, unfortunately, sorry Mr. Birdie, but we're going to have to lose a little bit of your tail. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry about your little tail. Hopefully that doesn't look too funny. Does a little bit, but yeah. I just didn't want it to, you know, get in the way of the pocket, really. And I think we're about done. I probably need to do a little bit more gluing, but I'll do that off camera. So that is what we're going to have. So this will be a page in the journal. I'm so glad I did that stamping, actually. I just think that that is, you can still see all of the dark blue, but it has just made it even more decorative and wintry. So yeah, I need to burnish it down, do some inking and stuff, but essentially this is going to be a page in the journal. So we'll have this as a pocket, which we may have this tag in and something else, but I need to sort of decide on that. And then you'll turn it over. Rest of the signature will be just here. I need to wipe off some of that excess glitter, but then you can, right here, we'll have a pocket in there. Then you'll get this side next later on in the journal. You can write there, there's another pocket, and then there's a pocket here, which I've got a little bit of ink on. And then I'm thinking for this pocket I might have this, I made this shaker tag, actually following a tutorial by Kerr, again using one of her freebies. I think you can get this in the Facebook group still, or at least you could, you know, at the time. And yeah, it's this little shaker tag, and I've just added a snowflake charm, and I'm thinking about having that in there. I haven't glued that very straight, have I? It's too late now, it's stuck down, but that's okay. There you are. I hope you like that. I've really enjoyed making that. It's been a lot of fun. So thank you, Caroline, for your idea. Now in terms of gluing the flap down, I mean, it's going to be stitched in, so I actually don't think I need to glue anything. And then that way it can be a nice wide tuck. So I'm not going to glue anything, I'm just going to leave it as is, and then that will be stitched in as a page. But yeah, as I say, I'm going to ink around the edges, and then I need to go in with a little bit more glue here and there. And yeah, we'll leave it at that. So I hope you've enjoyed that, watching my experimenting with the heat embossing. It actually worked out really very nicely. Considering it was my first time doing it, I'm very, very happy with how that's gone. And that will be my new favourite thing. So expect to see that a lot these days. But aside from that, I hope you've enjoyed watching that. And thanks again for joining me. And I'll see you on the next video for probably some more wintry stuff. I don't know if I'm releasing these videos, because I am filming ahead, so I don't know if I'm releasing them, you know, one after the other over the course of like every single day. I'm not sure yet, it depends what you're seeing, but I hope you've been enjoying it. And yeah, whatever the next video will be, I hope you'll join me for that, and I'll speak to you then. Thanks so much. Bye bye for now.